job in 12 months. Under my most favored nation policy for drug prices, the cost of prescription drugs is coming down by up to 90%, depending on the way you calculate. You could also say 5, 6, 7, 800%. There are two ways of figuring that. But we have a favored nations policy that every president wanted, no president was able to get. I got it, and other nations approved it. And I had to use tariffs in order to get it because they said, no way. In other words, a pill that costs 10% in London costs $130. Think it costs $10 in London, costs $130 in New York or in Los Angeles. And I'd say, boy, that's bad. Friends of mine would say, you know, we go to London, you can buy the stuff for nothing. We go all over the world, we could buy it for nothing. Because basically America was subsidizing every nation in the world. Because presidents allowed them to get away with it. It became very tough. So when I called up Emmanuel Macron, I watched him yesterday with those beautiful sunglasses. What the hell happened? But I watched him sort of be tough. But he was at $10 for a pill. And I said, Emmanuel, and I have all the big pharmaceutical companies are in total agreement. It wasn't easy, by the way. They're tough, smart. They've been getting away with the scam for a long time. But they gave it up. But they said, you'll never get the countries to approve it. I said, why is that? Because they won't. They always said, we're not paying any more. Get the rest for the United States. So over the years, they stayed the same. We just went up, up, up. And I mean, we would pay 13, 14, 15 times more than certain countries would. So I said, no, they'll approve it 100%. Sir, you'll never get them to approve it. I said, I guarantee you. But I actually started with Emmanuel, who probably is in the room too. And I like him. I actually like him. Hard to believe, isn't it? And I said, Emmanuel, you're going to have to lift the price of that pill to $20, maybe $30. Think of that. That means it's a doubling of prescription drugs. Might be a tripling, might be a quadrupling. It's not easy. No, Donald, I will not do that. I said, yes, you will, 100%. He said, no. You're asking me to double. I said, Emmanuel, you've been taking advantage of the United States for 30 years with prescription drugs. You really should do it, and you will do it. I have no doubt. In fact, I am 100% sure you're going to. No, I will not do it. Because yes, in all fairness to him, he has to double or triple. Because the world being a bigger place than the United States, it's not that you meet in the middle. You just have to go up some, and we come down a lot. They go up a little, we come down a lot.
Correct.
So we're at $130. They're at 10. So they may have to go to 20 or 30. No more than that. I said, Emmanuel, you're going to be doubling or tripling? No. I said, here's the story, Emmanuel. The answer is you're going to do it. You're going to do it fast. And if you don't, I'm putting a 25% tariff on everything that you sell into the United States and a 100% tariff on your wines and champagnes. And that's about 10 times more than what I'm requesting.
100%.
And you're going to do it. I don't want to go public with it, but you may make me do that. No, Donald, I will do it. I will do it. Do it. You're asking me to double the.
Guys, आपने सुना राष्ट्रपति डोनाल्ड ट्रंप को? लंबा था ये. World is definitely going for a reset. NATO in its current form is dead. NATO को अब नया पार्टनर्स बनाना होगा. Europe as such कोई entity रहा नहीं. Europe was never a continent. It was artificially created. The very definition of continent has to be a geographic difference, not race difference. And Europe is part of Asia. There's a small part where white people reside. They call it Europe. Whereas if you see all the other continent, North America, South America, America doesn't call North America as an American continent. It's a North American continent where United States, a supreme power, is there along with Canada and Mexico. 3 देश है वहाँ पे. कनाडा ऊपर में, बीच में अमेरिका, यूएसए और नीचे में मैक्सिको. कभी भी उसने अमेरिकन कॉन्टिनेंट नहीं बोला, लेकिन जो यूरोपियंस कॉलोनियल मास्टर्स हैं उन्होंने एशिया का बहुत बड़ा चंक, एशिया बिंग लार्जेस्ट कॉन्टिनेंट, उसका लिवेबल लार्जेस्ट कॉन्टिनेंट, उसका एक छोटा सा पार्ट जहां वो बसते थे उसको उन्होंने यूरोप बना दिया. ये रेसिज्म को वाइप आउट करना ही पड़ेगा. डोनाल्ड ट्रंप ही कर सकता है. लोहे को लोहा ही काट सकता है. ठीक है. and at many things he's right. ठीक है. So NATO is dead. Time for BRICS and Asia. And for India, अपने आर्मी को आप डबल करिए. डबल. अमेरिका 800 बिलियन से 1.7 ट्रिलियन कर रहा है. आपको भी करना पड़ेगा. आपके पास 50-55 जो भी आपके पास बटालियन है, 75 करिए, 80 करिए. आप फॉरेक्स में पैसा मत रखिए. नहीं चाहिए वो पैसा. Put it in the army hardware. Put it in the army boots. बूट्स बढ़ाइए. लोगों को, नए बच्चों को मारक. 30% आर्मी आपकी हमेशा मारने वाली होनी चाहिए. कभी भी किसी देश में उसके मम्मी पापा, पत्नी, बॉर्डर मूवी, ये सब ना हो. कि दे शुड बी सिंपली ट्रेन टू बी अ किलर मशीन. उनको जहां भी डिप्लॉय करना, जब भी भेजना, वो देश के लिए जाए. बहुत हो गया ये बॉलीवुड का मसाला मूवीज. बाकी जो आपका मेजर आर्मी है, दैट कुड बी केप्ट फॉर योर सिक्योरिटी, जो रेगुलर आर्मी है. लेकिन देयर हैज टू बी 30% आर्मी जो मारक हो. वो मारे, वो घुसके से मारे नहीं, वो एकदम ब्रूटल मारे. नहीं चाहिए भारत को गुड नेशन का इमेज. ठीक है. हम कुरुक्षेत्र भी करते हैं, तो ऐसा नहीं कि हम नहीं करते हैं. 30% of the Indian army with a double size, with 20 to 25 battalion totally focused on external and offensive war, आपको कहाँ से कहाँ एलिवेट कर देगा. आप बहुत बड़े देश है. यू आर वेरी पावरफुल. एंड यस, नेवी, पूरी लड़ाई नेवी की होगी. चाहे वो रेड सी हो, इंडियन ओशन हो, या आर्टिक ओशन हो. ये 3 ओशन में अगर आपका प्रेजेंस और बेसिस और आर्मी का कैपेबिलिटी हो, नेवी का, आई मीन, you are done deal. You will be the winner. Jai Hind.